I'm 35 years old, and I want you to imagine something with me. Imagine you could pick up your phone right now, record a voice message, and send it back in time, straight to your 18-year-old self. What would you say? Would you say, relax, everything will be fine? Would you say, enjoy your youth, don't think too much? Or would you say, wake up, you're about to waste years you will never get back? I'm not 73, I'm not ancient, I'm not your abuelo, I'm 35. I still look kind of young. People still call me bro and dude. But inside, I feel the weight of a lot of bad decisions. At 18, I thought 35 was far away. Now I'm here, no marriage, no kids, no stable career. A CV that looks like a puzzle, a heart with more what-ifs than memories. And every night, when it gets quiet, I feel it. The regret, the I should have started earlier, the why didn't I listen when people tried to warn me? So, if you're 18, 19, early 20s, and you're watching this to practice English, stay with me. My English isn't perfect. Your English isn't perfect. Our lives aren't perfect. But I'm going to talk to you in simple English so you can understand my words and maybe avoid my mistakes. This is the message I wish someone had recorded for me when I was 18. Who I am at 35. Let me start with the truth. At 35, I don't have the life I imagined. I'm not married. I've had relationships, some serious, but I never committed. I always said, I'm not ready. I want to focus on myself. There's still time. I thought love would just wait for me. It didn't. The good ones moved on. The almost stayed almost. I don't have a stable job either. I've worked. I'm not lazy. I've done short contracts, freelance gigs, part-time jobs, random projects that sounded cool. I've quit jobs without a plan. I've stayed in others just enough to not get fired, but never long enough to grow. At 18, that looked like freedom. At 35, it looks like this. No real savings. No real career path. No idea what to write when an application says, describe your professional experience. I'm not homeless. I'm not dying. But I'm not where I could have been if I had respected my time. That's the word. Respect. At 18, I didn't respect time. At 35, time stopped respecting me back. So, let me give you the lessons I've learned the hard way. Lesson 1. Time moves faster than you think, and it doesn't care about your plans. When I was 18, I thought my 20s were a practice level. I told myself, these are my experimental years. I'll get serious later. I have time to figure it out. So, I switched majors, then dropped out. Started projects I never finished. Partied more than I studied. Scrolled more than I read. Talked big about my future, but did very little in the present. Every year, I repeated the same sentence. This year, I'll change. But I didn't. I changed next year in my imagination, never this year in reality. Then one day, I woke up, and it wasn't one day anymore. It was my birthday. Happy 28. Happy 30. Happy 33. Do you know how strange it is to look in the mirror and realize you are not young anymore, but you're still living with 18-year-old habits? It hurts. Because here's the secret nobody told me. Time doesn't shout. It whispers. You don't feel yourself wasting your 20s in one big moment. You waste them one small, comfortable day at a time. My advice to you, don't treat your 20s like a waiting room. They are a part of your real life. They count. Everything you do now, the skills you practice, the people you surround yourself with, the habits you build or ignore, all of it is writing the story you'll be forced to read at 35. Lesson 2. Avoiding decisions is a decision. I didn't choose this life in one moment. I slid into it. I avoided big choices. Should I commit to this relationship? I said, let's just see what happens. Should I stick with this job and grow? I said, I'll stay until something better magically appears. Should I finish this course, this degree, this certification? I said, later, I'm not sure, maybe. I was afraid of choosing wrong, so I didn't really choose at all. I thought that was smart, flexible, open. What I didn't understand is this: no decision is still a decision. If you don't choose to build skills, you choose to stay replaceable. If you don't choose to work on your relationships, you choose distance. If you don't choose a direction, life chooses for you. At 18, sitting in your room saying, I don't know what to do, so I'll do nothing, feels safe. At 35, you look back and realize doing nothing was doing something. It was building a life you didn't want. So here's my advice. You don't need a perfect plan, but you do need real choices. Pick something and commit to it for a season. Learn one useful skill deeply. Stick with one job long enough to become good at it. Show up every day for one project, even when you're bored. You can change directions later, but you can't change if you never start moving. Lesson 3. Love and relationships are not toys. Let's talk about relationships. This one hurts the most. I have been in love. I've had good women in my life. Women who were kind, who believed in me more than I believed in myself. At 23, 25, even 29, some of them were ready for something real, a future, a family, a life together. I told them, I'm not ready. I don't want to ruin your life. I have to fix myself first. Some of that was honesty. I really was a mess, but some of it was fear of responsibility, fear of failing, fear of losing my freedom, even though I wasn't really free. So I stayed in the middle, serious enough to share feelings, not serious enough to plan a future, saying I love you, but not acting like it with long-term commitment. They waited for a while, and then, slowly, they left, as they should have. Now at 35, many of them are married, some have children. They built the life I told myself I would build when I'm ready. The truth is hard. I wasn't waiting to be ready. I was waiting to feel zero fear. And that day never comes. Here's what I wish someone told me at 18. Don't say I love you if you don't intend to learn how to love, with actions, not just feelings. Don't play with people's hearts because you're bored, lonely, or insecure. Don't keep someone as backup while you look for something better. Every time you treat a person like an option, you damage two people, them and you. You become the kind of person who runs instead of grows, who compares instead of commits, who looks back at 35 and says, I had good love in my hands and I let it go. If you're 18 and not ready for commitment, that's okay. Just be honest. Don't promise forever if you only mean for now. Respect people's time, respect their hearts, respect your own. Lesson 4. Stability is not boring. It's the foundation of freedom. When I was younger, I thought stable job meant boring life, dead dreams, office prison. So I chased exciting things, new ideas every month, new side hustles, new jobs, new cities. I didn't build anything solid. I just collected experiences and called it a personality. Now, at 35, here's what I've learned. Stability doesn't kill your freedom. Lack of stability kills your peace. When rent is due and you're not sure you can pay it, when you can't help your parents, your partner, your future kids, because you have nothing saved, when every month feels like, I hope it works out somehow. That is not freedom. That is a cage you built with your own hands. I'm not telling you to stop dreaming. I'm telling you, build a floor before you build wings. Learn skills that are useful. Stay in a job long enough to move up or move on with better options. Save a little, even if it's small. Respect money, not worship it, but respect it. At 18, $50 saved doesn't feel like much. At 35, the habit of saving is worth more than any one number. Stability is not sexy on Instagram. But when life hits, sickness, family problems, emergencies, stability is the thing that keeps you from collapsing. Lesson 5. Nobody is coming to rescue you. For a long time, I was waiting for a big opportunity, waiting for the right moment, waiting for some person, some job, some miracle to pull me out of my confusion. I thought, once I get discovered, once I meet the right person, once the universe gives me a sign, let me save you 17 years of waiting. No one is coming to save you. People can help you, they can support you, they can advise you, but no one can. Make you stop scrolling, make you apply, make you study, make you show up again and again and again. At 35, that realization is heavy. I am exactly where my habits put me. Not my parents, not society, not my ex, me. Now, here's the good news. If your habits created this, new habits can create something better. You don't have to fix your whole life in 1 week. That's impossible. But you can. Replace 1 hour of scrolling with 1 hour of learning. Replace one excuse with one small action. Replace I'll start tomorrow with I'll do 10 minutes today. It sounds small. It is small. But the difference between 18-year-old me and you is this. You still have time to let small, good habits grow into a life you're proud of. What I want you to do now, if you're still watching, I want you to do something simple when this video ends. Not tomorrow, not someday, today. Write down 3 things you don't want to regret at 35. Maybe, I don't want to regret not learning a skill. I don't want to regret losing someone good because I was scared. I don't want to regret wasting all my 20s partying and scrolling. Choose one tiny action for each one. Skill. I will study English 20 minutes a day. Relationships. I will text or call one person I care about this week and be honest. Future. I will save a small amount from my next paycheck. Keep your promises to yourself, even if they are small. The size of the action is less important than the act of doing what you said you would do. Because here's my last lesson. The way you build trust with yourself is the same way you build trust with others. By doing what you say you will do, again and again. I'm 35. I don't hate my life, but I see very clearly how different it could have been. If I had taken these things seriously at 18, you can still have fun. You can still make mistakes. You can still change paths. But don't sleepwalk through your youth thinking the bill will never come. It comes. For me, it came in the form of empty savings, half-finished projects, ex-loves married to other people, nights staring at the ceiling thinking, why didn't I start earlier? I can't go back. But you are still at the beginning. So, this is my voice message to you from 35 to 18. Respect your time, respect your heart, respect your future. Make decisions, even if they scare you. Build something, even if it's small. Start now, even if it's messy. You don't have to repeat my story. You can write a better one. And if this helped you, if you understood my English, if you felt something, don't just close the video. Pause, think, write, and change one thing, just one. That's how a different life starts.